Hey there everybody, I restarted this with the quick start feature for the card. I really don't understand why you would want a quick start. I don't know if it gets you in any faster than just pressing start and then pressing the A button a couple times isn't that crazy, right? For like selecting, all you gotta do is select your file. That's the only time it's saving. Hey, but last time we finally got past the intro to the game, I would say just about. You could argue that, oh, there's like a shine you gotta wait for now. Oh, interesting. If you notice, if we're running, we hold it down. We can hold down the button, and when we stop, yeah, it charges faster than if we were to just hold it to begin with. Huh. Interesting, interesting. Okay, we are going to be tackling our first dungeon. We finally made it to our first dungeon. We're actually going to be doing it this time. Last time we met faces familiar and new. We met Zelda, as well as a mysterious imp girl named Midna, who is constantly harassing us and kind of beating us down and trying our patience, but we gotta be allies for the time being. We found out that we were a chosen one and had to acknowledge the weight of such an existence, and we met an old friend, a familiar face, a familiar person with a not so familiar face anymore, the hero of time, Ocarina of Time Link, in a new form that he has taken in order to train us on a new quest. And this time we're going to be tackling our first dungeon. Now, something to note that sets this game apart from other games, it looks like, is that there are pieces of heart to collect in dungeons this time. The only other game that does this, to my knowledge, well, Wind Waker, the Forbidden Fortress, or the Forsaken Fortress, if you count that as a dungeon in and of itself, that had a heart piece in it, so you could say Wind Waker. Forsaken Fortress is more of just a location than an actual full-on dungeon. It's a place that you come back to a couple times. However, so outside of this game, apparently, I thought Skyward Sword was the only other one that had heart pieces hidden in dungeons. It's sort of an incentive to actually get all the chests, which normally you don't need to do. Most of the time you get like a little bit of money, maybe some resources and materials and things. But now that, I mean, considering the fact, it makes sense though, right? Considering the fact that you need one more extra heart piece in order to make a full heart container, it makes sense that they would hide them in more places, and what better place to hide them than the dungeons. The dungeons in this game are pretty extensive, from what I remember. So, time to see what's waiting for us. Well, immediately, ghouls. There's a symbol back there that should become immediately apparent, or that should be immediately familiar to us. Dang, we already got bank. I don't know when did we get 200 freaking rupees? Oh, if you look in the distance, this isn't actually like a solitary room. This is actually like an open little forest inside the base of this tree. This area is very much the outside of it's very much reminiscent of the Forest Haven, which is an interesting an interesting detail. With some very simple percussion-based music to back as a backing track this time. Oh, it's the freaking monkey again. She just keeps getting into trouble. Oh. Hey, that monkey stole your lantern. Doesn't it look like she's beckoning you? Oh, you the popular one. What can I say? The ladies flock to me. It doesn't matter what species they are. Criminy. Oh, almost lost that. Huh. More pots and places we can't get to. Yeah, being in here, I never noticed this before, that it was open on the inside. It's interesting. It feels like a closed-off little area. It's kind of reminiscent to Majora's Mask, the opening area to Majora's Mask. That's sort of like a super surreal forest. It's reminiscent on that. It's reminiscent to Majora's Mask on the inside. It's reminiscent to Forest Haven on the outside. And what would you know? Hey, monkey. But look at that. Look at the symbol on the door. There's no mistaking it. It's just straight up the Kokiri symbol. Something to know that the only time you see that symbol on doors, I don't believe the Forest Haven had it. Let me check that really quick. I'm actually curious. Another thing that we're going to have to be collecting here now is stamps. I will collect them. They are a collectible, and I'm going for 100%. Stamps in these games, though, the Wii U era games introduced stamps as a collectible. They just give you things to use for leaving notes and stuff for when the online services were active. So it's not like it's not particularly useful, but it is a thing. Oh, it is the same symbol. In Wind Waker, they do have the same symbol. They do have the Kokiri symbol, right? Well, because the implication seemed to be that was a that was the dead Deku tree. Which of course means, because that's the only other place in the Zelda timeline that has the doors with that symbol on it. Which then means that this too is presumably the dead Deku tree. The sad thing being is that there does not appear to be a newly sprouted Deku tree like the young one in the adult timeline. Because this is a timeline where, oh yeah, we got Skulltulas now. Should acknowledge that they're massive and horrifying to look at. It's terrible. It's terrible and it's uncomfortable. Just the art style really makes all the enemies so gritty and grim looking in this game. Huh. Nothing to do about that stuff yet. The torches. Some kind of altar? Wait, why am I asking you? How would you know? Okay. It was rude. It was rude and you know it was. Heck is that thing? Oh right, we got spider bombs. For some reason they blow up. I don't know if there's a canonical reason why they do that. It's just something they do. green rooms, the ones you visited. Okay. Nice. Well, we got a layout of the place. Oh, the place is... Oh, this dungeon's only one floor. Interesting. I gotcha. Oh, did it make it daytime? Looks like it did, yeah. Oh. Oh. Oh, you know what? Oh, criminy. They were really into, doing a lot of stuff with butts. Beginning of this game. Listening to Midna be pissed off is pretty... It's pretty good. Can't go any farther. We might as well go back. I don't know what's going on, but it seems like she wants to take you somewhere, so maybe just follow her. You know, for how demanding Midna has been so far, it's funny that, you know, upon receiving directions from a monkey, she's just kind of like, yeah, I guess just follow the monkey. I don't know. Now, I guess the thing to note is there are actually multiple massive trees this deep into the forest. The forest temple, which is already something to note, is that we're already in an outside area. This early in the game, they're already throwing a sort of subversion of the way dungeons are normally designed. We're outside, and this dungeon is a bunch of massive hollow trees connected together. Now, the notable thing, I mentioned that this game has some of the best dungeons, just simply in terms of like the concept, the story, and the concept behind them. Monkey business. That's okay. Easy. This episode's called Monkey Business. I guarantee everybody and their mother has called their parts of their Let's Plays of this game Monkey Business when they get to this part. Well, that's just what it is. Oi. Ow. Oh. I guess there's plenty of time to pick it up and move it closer to where you want it to be. Hold the phone. Oh my gosh, we're about to be introduced to a new character. Maybe the weirdest, out of all of the other races they've introduced in Zelda games, this has to be one of the strangest ideas. Just easily one of the strangest. But first I wanted to say, yeah, so the dungeons, in this game, I feel, are the strongest as far as, like, visual design, the narrative behind them, the lore behind them, and just the concept of what the dungeon is. And I think even this one, being the simpler idea, like, it's a simpler dungeon on the surface. It's the forest dungeon. You're in a forest, right? But then look at how much mileage they've already gotten out of it. We're already on we only went to like the third room, and it opens up into a huge, massive forest where you can't even see the bottom. You can't see the bottom. You can only, when you look up, there's just blinding light shining through the trees. All these massive, hollowed trees are littering the landscape as far as you can see. Even when you first walk in and you look off into the distance, and it's just a vast darkness of like the dark depths of a forest, like thickly wooded forest. So visually, it's very striking. Probably the most striking forest dungeon there has been. Although Ocarina of Time's forest temple is really cool because it's like an old mansion in the woods, and that is pretty sick. So that's kudos to that. But I think even conceptually, this being, as we can see, could carry symbology throughout the dungeon. The implication there being is that this is maybe the Deku Tree, if not a Deku Tree. And then the question is, when you look at how many of these massive trees are littering the landscape, that brings up the question, okay, so maybe the Deku Tree did still go through its process of planting a new sapling and sprouting a new Deku seed, like it did in the adult timeline, right? As we saw in the adult timeline, rather. But then, maybe this process happened time and time again. But then the question is, these trees do not seem to be living. They don't seem to have a life force about them. They seem to have a very foreboding atmosphere to them when you enter them. The question then being, is this a newly? Is it like, has the forest been cursed? Like what happened to the Deku Tree at the beginning of Ocarina of Time? Or have these trees just existed in this strange and never-ending darkness for a prolonged period of time? Have all the trees in the forest, have all the Deku trees that have lived in this forest and grown in this forest, have they all just lost their spirit that inhabited them? Have they all lost the life, the spiritual essence of what the Deku trees were, the personality behind it, the guardian behind it? Is that just gone now? And it's like, I don't know, because you're just wandering through all these hollow trees. It's kind of frightening. But not as frightening as this. Oh, those are just boobs, huh? That was never as clear. They looked like just sort of like symbols. Man, these guys are so cursed in high resolution. Being able to fully see them, like in full detail. Look how wrinkly your face is. These are the Ukus. They have never done this race again. They have never had the... You know, it's funny, because in Breath of the Wild, right, in Skyward Sword, they introduce new races again. And then in Breath of the Wild, they go back and they have some together at the same time, even though they would, like, they had the Rito and the Ruto. The Rito and the Zors, even though the Rito were presumably an evolution that the Zors took on, eventually growing feathers, sprouting wings, taking to the air in order to, live in a new ocean saltwater-based world. But you know who they never brought back in anything? These guys. Because these guys are cursed. I mean, look at them. I love them, though. This game, again, this is just another example of this game going off the walls. Again, it's telling what feels like a pretty normal, we're in a small village, like tragedy strikes, sets us off on our adventure, we find out that we have a chosen power, or that we need to inherit a power, and we go off on an adventure with the aid of a partner character, right? And oh, here we are, we're at the first dungeon and stuff like that. But then then you see Zant take over Hyrule. You're like, wait, Hyrule's already taken over? Like the whole entirety of Hyrule's taken over? Wait, the land is being cursed by some Twilight stuff? Wait, what are these Twilight beasts? They're shadow monsters. It's horrifying. Who is Zant? What is that horrifying mask and the noise the game makes when he's on screen? Wait, the hero of time is in this game and he's freaking dead? That Link did turn into a Stalfos? Wait, there's monkeys? And the monkeys have just butts? Massive butts that the game makes sure that you have to look at constantly? And then this thing is sitting in a pot and it's talking to you, and it's a chicken, and it's got boobs? Question mark? And it's a lot. It's got a human face. Phew, out at last. Gracious. Once I get in there, I couldn't squeeze back out. You were a big help, thanks. I've been looking for something in here, you see. Gracious, yes. You must need something here too. Shall we try working together for a while, fellow adventurer? I can even warp you out of here if you want to leave. You'll be able to come back to the same room anytime you want. I can be quite helpful. That is fair, that is fair. The Ukus, actually, like, MVPs. I'm not even gonna lie. They are super useful. It basically gives you... You know, in Skyward Sword, they reintroduced this idea of being able to save your place in a room and teleport out. And then, but they attached it to it like a $30 amiibo, which I am going to purchase, so I have that available just in case I need it. But this is great. I mean, this is a really... They also did this in Ocarina of Time. They have the wind spell, lets you teleport to the entrance of a dungeon, which is super useful. But in this one, they just kind of... They're like, hey, if you find the Uku, and then they give you that ability, but off the bat. So, it's great. You'll be able to come back to the same room anytime you want. I can be quite helpful, you see. So don't think of me as a burden. Now let's get started. You met Uku. If you call her in the dungeon, she will let out... Oh, she will let you out and allow you to return when you want. Oh no! Oh no! Okay, she got them on her back too. They're not boobs. They're just... I mean, they really look like that. I think they're just supposed to be like feather flaps or skin flaps. I don't know, because look at her. She doesn't make sense. Oh wow! Look at that though. I never noticed she has like tattoos on her head. I never noticed that. That's pretty cool. That's a nice little detail. This Link is, I mean, he went from being a sheep herder to palling around with a strange, mean shadow imp, getting trained by an old, dead skeleton ghost, turning into a wolf. He's following a monkey around. He just recruited a strange chicken woman. It's utter madness. The nice thing, and the reason why they give you this feature for, and why this feature actually might be useful in this dungeon, is if you run out of oil, because you do need to be able to use fire. So that's kind of the thing. Sorry, monkey. I paved my own road. I can't do anything over here yet, can I? Nope. Oh, that's just the boss key. Oh, wow, look at that. Boss just looks crazy in this game. Wind Waker's a little crazy. Wind Waker's got the eye, which makes it pretty intense. Oh, okay. I was just wondering if I could actually cut the rope. Oh! Yeah, look at these guys. Look at the skull in the back. It's pretty cool. Note to self, don't do jump attacks. One hit? I guess that was a smaller one, huh? Oh, that's cool. You can see the leaves lining the walls and stuff. Really gorgeous looking environments. Oh, I almost forgot to commemorate Dungeon 1, as is tradition at this point. I got boba. Rosy red or rose black tea. Hallelujah. Probably the last set of boba for the year. Which is weird to think about. This year went by kind of fast. Well, kind of slow at the beginning. Got a lot quicker at the end. Please. Link does not have a lot of forward momentum when he swings in this game. I didn't get a key, right? No, I didn't get a key. Oh. Oh. Well, okay. Oh, we need something to spin the thing. I wonder what the item of the dungeon is going to be. I wonder if it'll be something that lets us spin these gusts. Couldn't be. I don't know why it makes you go all the way. I guess to show you, like, hey, that path is blocked, so you, like, need to come back this way for something. Kind of weird, kind of strange. What's going on over here, though? Oh, this is where we came from, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Having the mini-map down at the bottom. Mini-map down there is actually pretty good. I don't know how this children's toy is enough to be able to murder. To just like full-on murder these giant spiders in basically one hit, mind you. My day is ruined. Oh, you know what's funny? This place kind of gives off the beginning of Majora's Mask vibe, and now the first thing we're doing in a forest-based temple is helping monkeys. Monkeys, save me, protect me. I saved you, now you protect me from the ghouls. Nope, okay, I was just wondering. You guys had it in you. Dang, the finishing blow is so freaking cool. Oh yeah, basically what this is teaching you is that with two monkeys, no, the more monkeys that you have, the stronger you become. Strength in this world is based solely on the amount of monkeys you have. It is weird to have so many, like, sort of party members with you. 'Cause, like, we're recruiting monkeys, we got Midna with us, we got Uku with us. It's kind of crazy. I think I'm gonna go back though, right? At some point, I'm fairly certain they stop guiding you directly to where you need to go. There we go. We might be able to skate by without having to use our lantern oil. We'll see though. Oh, freaking think these ones are called Deubabas or Deobabas. Yeah, when you cut them off, they actually slither towards you. It's truly awful. It's actually nightmare fuel. No wonder I was screwed up and afraid of everything when I was a kid. Holy crud! I grew up playing this game instead of Wind Waker solely. If I had grown up only with Wind Waker, I'd probably be all about sunshine and rainbows. Although Wind Waker, as we saw, had some pretty messed up stuff in it. Huh. I was gonna say, oh, these guys kind of remind me of something, but I think they remind me of themselves from this game. Oh! Oh. Did not go anywhere near it, but I guess as long as you lock onto it, it counts. And there we go. That's how you kill those guys. Oh yeah, if you try to jump across, they swoop up and try to kill you. And they like eat you alive. Which, I mean, you know, maybe you like that. Maybe you're like, oh, I would love to get eaten whole all at once. I don't though. I'm not into that. I don't want that. Ooh, barely, but I did it. Okay. Both of these are dead ends. Let's try this first. My monkey friend is locked up. Ooh, a chest. Screw you, monkey friend. Chest is my new friend. Thank goodness it landed perfectly upright, or else we probably wouldn't have been allowed to open it up. Oh. Okay, I mean... Okay, this is the first... This is the first one. In the game's defense, this is the first dungeon. They look it's a little hard to tell what's what with these things. Okay. We're gonna have to come back here. Because we need these to lower, which means we need to blow all of those out. We can't do that ourselves. Even though I'm like, if Link really... Oh! Man, screw these guys. Giant freaking spiders. I don't have arachnophobia, but I mean... You don't have to have a phobia to be terrified of giant spiders, let's be honest. I'm just normal terrified of giant spiders. Oh. Chest over there, big pot over there. Big pot first. Okay, so we will have to come back here. We don't have a compass yet. Which is strange, because we're pretty far in. Oh, that's a hole. I take it needs a spider bomb. But we don't got no spider bombs. Oh. Okay, I guess Link goes into an instant dive. That one's got a crack in it too. I didn't know the monkeys swim. I always thought they would try to autopath somewhere else. Okay, now we can go this way. Stay there, monkey. Oh. Oh. Well, I guess whatever works. Oh, okay, there's our first one. Okay, so we got one more heart piece and one more stamp. Well, just one stamp in general. Right, no. I think it's very heavy in this game, that's for sure. Oh. Oh. Well, biggest one yet. Oh, there we go. Whoops, okay. Let's try that again. I guess I never claimed to be good at shooting hoops, but criminy. There we go. Don't mind if I do. Sick, awesome. Oh, that's great. That's great, monkeys. I'm glad we're all feeling good. Okay. Now we go. Well, for now we have to go back. Oh, well, there was... Haven't gone this way yet, I don't think. I didn't even know this was a path. I don't think we can go here yet. Yeah, because these alternate in the wrong order. No, yeah. Well, then where can we go? No, yeah. Ow. Can't do that yet. It's almost, not almost, it is 2 days until Christmas, and I'm finally feeling it. My uncle came up, and when he got here, we were all hanging out together, I was feeling it. I was finally starting to feel like, a little bit more in the spirit of things, which is nice. Oh. Gosh, gang. I just, such a funny first dungeon. Is that enough? Is that enough for you? We'll find out. Nice. Okay. I'll catch you guys, after whatever's about to happen to me here. Oh, going into a dark room, you know what that means. Yep, tends to be a fight. I always used to think that that was just the top of his head. It's clearly a bug on top of his head. Oh. Please stop showing me your freaking butthole. You gotta stop doing it. So what you want to do is you want to knock him off balance after he throws his boomerang and comes back and hits it. And yes, then you have to freaking stab him in the butt because why not? I don't know, man. I don't know what to tell you. The music's pretty good though. Ooh, that little bit of like guitar that was playing in the background. Maybe it was a sitar even. Kind of wish I'd let that go on longer. Kind of wrecked this guy. You should get your butt checked. I did stab it with a sword. I'm the fairy of winds, who resides in this boomerang. Winds, you say? It's all connected, dude. I'm seeing through the matrix. It all makes sense now, man. You have freed me from evil, and now I now have my true power back. I forgot the boomerang talked to you. This game's so weird. I mean, like, all Zelda games are weird, right? But, like, this game just throws non-stop, like, new ideas at you. Please, take it with you. Use it to aid your quest, and may both my power and my blessing go with you. If you focus power in your boomerang before releasing it, it will unleash the power of wind, aiding you in unforeseen ways. You've got the Gale Boomerang, easily the coolest boomerang there is. No more plain yellow boomerang that goes around and hits a couple guys. Don't get me wrong, The Wind Waker version is sick because of the multi-target, but now you can do multi-target, and it's got the power of wind behind it. So now we can anything that now we have like wind-based puzzles, which is super cool. But not only does it do that, it also picks things up. Things that can be picked up. You can pick them up and launch them into other things, like bomb spiders. You can bomb people. You basically go around and attach a bomb to a drone and drive it into people. It's great. There's some Call of Duty stuff right there. Let's go, baby. Mysterious Boomerang houses the Fairy of Winds. A fairy who will probably never be mentioned again after this, but it's a thing. It sucks things up with gale force. Lock as many as 5 targets at once. Yeah, so that's actually another thing to know, is that it's not like in Wind Waker you just sort of move it across targets and that's like it just auto targets them. In this one you get to choose and lock on to targets that you want it to hit in the order you want them to be hit too. So there's a lot of versatility this time around. It's very good. I bet even the monkey should be satisfied now. Okay, let's continue combing this place. We already found something good, so let's keep searching places we haven't looked yet. Yeah, basically everything opens up now that we have this weapon. You know what we need, though? We need a freaking compass. That's what we need. Is that all she wrote for this this room? It looks like it is. Okay. Well, there we go. Here we go. Okay, so here's an example of what I was talking about. Oh, here we go. Yeah, so you hold it down, you can move around, and if you see this, you lock onto it. But you can also just lock onto it as many times, other things, up to 5 times. But yeah, you get to choose where it goes. So it hits that, then it just zoomed off behind me. It's very cool. Oh, hold on. I misunderstand. There we go. I guess they just wanted you to like test it out a couple times to make sure you understood how exactly it works. And the monkeys are gone. So now we gotta go this way. Now we can move these things. There's another monkey in a cage. Oh, this guy died in like 2 hits. We can cut stuff down now. We can cut stuff, we can spin things, we can pick things up, we can lock on to 5 things. It's great. Whoa. The monkey was actually straight up just long jumping. Well, I guess there were still some monkeys you haven't freed yet. At this point, you should just save them all to see what you can get for it. Yeah, Midna? Is that why you just want to see what we can get from it? I think Midna has fallen for the monkeys. The only downside to this boomerang is how it immediately makes the slingshot just the dumbest thing. I mean, like, why would you use the slingshot when you've got this boomerang now? Look what you can do with this thing. Target that guy, throw him over there, bombing run. It's like, come on, man. Oh, actually, well, now that we're back here, let's go, yeah. We wanted to go, might as well backtrack where we can. It'd be easier to know where I need to backtrack if I had a compass, but we'll make do. Oh, one thing you can do now is you can see what these guys are all about. And they're awful. That's what they're all about. They're giant, terrible centipede worm guys. And they like to drown. Well, okay, they don't like to drown. They just do drown. Now we got this. Oh, there we go. That was the second piece of heart. Okay, not bad. Oh, that one reignites. Oh, those ones reignite, but the open ones don't. Interesting. I don't think there's any reason. No, yeah. I don't think there's anything else to do here. Like, I don't think there's a reason to blow all these up. Getting like 4 freaking jump attacks in a row on the monkey. Like, I literally 2-cycled them. I wasn't trying to rush through it, especially because the music was picking up. They were throwing a little bit of, I don't know if it was sitar. I want to say it was sitar. I might be confused. It was some sort of, string instrument of sorts. But it wasn't a normal guitar, that's for sure. Oh, okay, I wanted to make sure those guys actually get killed when I use it on them. Otherwise, I was going to be like, dang, okay, maybe the slingshot still has its merit. Nothing else to do here, though, right? No, this is where we got the key. Okay. Wanted to make sure. Really lovely dungeon design. They feel very open. They feel very natural. They don't feel like so locked down to like disjointed rooms. Each room feels unique. They feel like they're naturally built. They don't feel. It doesn't feel like you walked into a tree and then suddenly it's very much like the Forbidden Forest in Wind Waker. How it didn't feel like you. Oh, whoops, wrong way. It didn't feel like you were entering a quote-unquote forest, and then suddenly you're just going into like the rooms of a generic dungeon. This one too feels like you're wandering through structures that were made. Ah. You're wandering through structures that were built into naturally formed trees, which is cool. I think that's super cool. Hello, Monkey Man. Oh, we can deal with that now. I take it if you two are still hanging up here, I need to go back to one of you? Or through one of you? Oh, no, oh, there's a compass. Well, if it isn't something useful. Hey, we got a magical fairy boomerang. I think that's pretty useful. As long as you have that, you should be able to to find where the captured monkeys are, right? Oh, yeah, they have marked monkeys on my map. But more importantly, they have marked chests on my map. I think one of the big challenges in level design for games is designing something that still functions as a level while feeling like it fits the I'm gonna assume you start with that one. Oh. Nice. Grab the boss key right off the bat, because why the heck not? Yeah, you wanna design a level or an environment to be fun and engaging from a gameplay perspective, while still fitting whatever the narrative is calling for, right? So like, hold on, sorry, I got oh. I was looking on the map. This tiny little room over here, I hadn't gone here yet. I saw it earlier, and I was a little confused as to what it was. Oh, and there's the stamp. You have found the stamp with the Hylian letter A. Check out your stamps. Oh, interesting. Oh, so the stamps in this game. So in 3D World, the stamps are pictures of like Mario and the gang. Really nice. Like the art style is really nice for them in that game. So in this game, the stamps that you collect are for the Hylian alphabet. That's actually really cool. I was confused at first because I was like, wait a minute, because when I saw that in the guide when it said you're going to, I haven't been using the guide. I only use the guide to let me know what is available coming up, not on how to do it or where it is. Just to make that clear. Hold on, I think we need to go back. For a moment, I have appeared to have missed a chest. But yeah, so that's interesting. When I saw that it was stamp A, I was like, wait, we're just collecting the ability to type in letters? But no, it's the Hylian letters, which is actually a pretty cool thing to add in. That's very unique to Zelda. Oh, hold on. Oh, I let go. I am a fool. I have fallen, and I cannot get up again. Gotta blow these out, right? Oh, I saw this before. I see. I saw this crack before, and I had assumed that it was supposed to be, yeah, I had assumed that the crack was supposed to be like a part of the mechanism for how these things rise and lower. Oh, quite. So that's actually cool. That was a little, rather than like off-color boulders to indicate something that we can blow up. That's actually a cool way to have done that. But yeah, you want levels to, what I was saying before, you want levels to still be representative of like where you are in the story. Like you want them to demonstrate their plot significance, if there is any. You want them to feel like where they're supposed to be. So it's like, oh, if I'm wandering through a volcano, it's like, well, if I'm wandering through a volcano, you don't want it to look like a bunch of square rooms that are very neatly segmented and symmetrical and stuff like that. Like, no, you want it to be like you're naturally climbing through a volcano. How'd you guys get over here so fast? You guys are kind of crazy. There's a chest here apparently. Oh. Literally just hiding right there. Oof, just a bunch of money? I mean, I like money as much as the next guy, but jeepers. You know, it's such a bummer. Normally, I'd be saying like, oh look, we're only one heart piece off from getting a whole new heart this early in the game. Well, normally we would already have a full new heart container by the time we get to the first dungeon. But in this game, there is nothing you can do other than just this game holds your hand through its intro for like 3 to 5 hours. Depending on how slow and thorough you're being, which I'm being purposefully extremely slow. Like how Link looks over at enemies when there are enemies. Oh, I will say, as wacky and strange as other characters look, I do like a lot of the character designs. I do like how Link looks in this game. I think Link looks cool. I think this is a good adaptation of a character for this art style. Sorry, monkey. Not today. Oh, I love that. You both drop blue rupees? Dang. The game is being too good to me. Oh. Oh. Oh no. Awful. Cursed. Cursed. Oh, we can block stuff. I hear monkey, but I do not see monkey. Ah. Maybe I can speak monkey. I could if I was a wolf, actually. Oh. Okay. You cannot send those flying into these guys. Duly noted. Yeah, I think so I think this is like a really good example of just really good level design. Again, conceptually extremely strong. I'll just give me a red rupee, really? Jeez. I'm gonna be maxed out on money. That's kind of a problem. I'm gonna have to I'll just spend money whenever I have a chance, I guess. Oh, monkey, I can just probably free you. Like, straight up, right? Yeah, hold on. I got you, dude. Don't even worry. Have a bomb. Oh. Did not work. Okay. Okay. See where the holes are in relation to each other. Yeah, so like this level is a really good design. Like everything feels very naturally built into these giant hollowed trees, which is cool. Oh. Link actually, like, reaches down to light it. I would not have guessed. I think another good example, game that has like is a really good example of this, is when you compare like Super Mario Sunshine to any of like the other 3D Mario games, specifically like the ones that came after it. Sunshine has such a natural feeling environment. It's like, this is a beach area. This is a harbor. This is a hotel. This is, you know, any number of locations. This is a bay. This is a little bay area. It's super cool. It's super delightful. I need a key. Oh, okay. So I'm gonna have to go forward and then go back. This way. It's that's why it's one of my favorite Mario games, and I hope the next one goes back to that kind of thing. I want a unique world to traverse. I think a tropical island setting was super cool, and they still made the levels like really fun acrobatic zones. There was some like weird, like the harbor was set up in a way with like all this scaffolding and stuff. It's like, okay, none of this, if you think about it for longer than 2 seconds, obviously none of it looks like it's practical, right? But it feels natural. It coincides with the theming of the area, what the area is supposed to be, a harbor filled with docks and cranes and shipping crates and things like that, and it feels that way. And then it's still fun to jump around and be the Wahoo Yippee Man all over the place, right? Even though it is a natural feeling environment. In Odyssey, and with Galaxy really started to segment levels to be like individual, very clearly laid out as levels to be played. I love Galaxy, don't get me wrong. The levels and environments in that game are really amazing, really beautiful. Along with the music and everything like that. Totally different vibe in that game. Odyssey went back towards like 64 and Sunshine, but the areas are literally suspended in giant empty chasms. Like, even the desert, which should feel like one giant, massive, never-ending sand dunes as far as the eye can see, it has a clear chasm pit along the entire outer edge of it. Why? That doesn't make any sense. The city, New Donk City, is just a giant floating platform. And if you look out into the distance, it's just gigantic. What is this place? It doesn't make any sense. Every single level is like that, and I really think I think that's a shame. Not every single level, but a lot of them are designed like that. They're designed in a way that if you walk too far out on any single one, it hits you with this is a video game. This is a level. This is a level in a video game. And it's like, I want some more natural feeling environments that are still fun to explore and hop around in. That's what I show up for in any game, really. If your game is just like a super gamey kind of game that's just like, hey, I'm a video game, then whatever. Have the most this is a level feeling levels ever. A lot of platformers do that, and that's fine. Ooh, Hat in Time. Really great feeling levels conceptually. Very natural feeling. Natural, in quotes. I mean, like, the levels go with whatever the theme and concept behind the level is. Anyways, okay. I guess in order for us to check the temple out completely, we need the help of the monkeys. Ah, well, let's help the rest of them. Well, you already wanted me to help the rest of them. We're only missing 2. That ain't too bad if I say so myself. Okay, so this next chest should be a key. Thank goodness I can aim with the left stick. I thought it was gonna make me use gyro controls, and I was gonna I was a little off-put. Yeah, this is really when it starts to feel like the 64 games. This sort of color that fades off into the distance, the atmosphere. Very cool. I think it turned nighttime. Oh, I like that little touch. There was a staircase that was leading up, spiraling around the side in order to go up, but it's all like destroyed and dilapidated. Who knows where that would have gone? So you want environments to tell a story. Now I think all the Zelda games do this. Have like pretty solid level designs, at least the 3D ones. The 2D ones all feel pretty, at least out of the ones that I've seen and played, which is not many, but those all kind of feel very much like this is literally a dungeon that you're exploring. Here are your rectangular and square rooms to explore. Oh, I forgot I needed to fly to me. Ah. Oh, gotcha. Down to the wire on that one, just a bit. Oh, gee, who could have guessed? Now, when I was young, I got turned around in there was like parts of each of these dungeons that I would always get turned around in. In fact, my favorite dungeon was the one dungeon we'll see later on that because of narrative reasons, they actually give you pointers on your map of where exactly what room you need to make it to next, which made it a lot easier to know like where you can navigate to. But I was also a punk little dumb kid who didn't know how to play video games, and now I've played so many video games. I would argue all of them, to be frank. So now I'm obviously I can use just a shred of common sense to figure this out. I am hoping though, but I've also played this game so many times, you know? I'm hoping. Oh no, it's gonna bang into a wall, I think. Okay, so I need him to fly to me. Oh, you can start moving even before it gets to you. Nice. Monkey. Oh, the little leaper did is cute. I'm almost capped out on money. Oh man, you don't get a wallet upgrade for a long time. Well, because you don't get to explore for a pretty long time. Although, actually, there is something else about this game too. In Wind Waker, they kind of like bunched. They would kind of have like in Wind Waker, it would have like large portions where they would. Words, Dante. Words. You know these. You know these words. Use them. They would have large portions of like exploration or like free roaming that you could do, and then they would have like 2 dungeons to go to pretty close together, right? So like, you have the whole intro of the game, pretty on rails, pretty linear. Some side things to do, which is nice. Little bit of things here and there. Then you make it to Windfall. Windfall is like a huge exploration bit. You have all the islands between Dragon Roost. But then you do Dragon Roost and Forest Haven. You can't diverge from the path of going straight to Dragon Roost and straight to Forest Haven. You can't go off those straight line grids. But then after that, there's a huge. Everything opens up after you discover what happened to Great Bay Island. Everything opens up to you, which is super nice. And so that's how that game is structured. The way this game's structured in it has a very clearly defined formula that you start to see as you go through the game, where you're a wolf in Twilight, like you need to unlock a new area where the dungeon will be. You unlock the area, you discover what's going on in the area, and then you do the dungeon at the very end of that segment of the game. The dungeon is always something you do at the tail end of everything. Of each area, I mean. Giant freaking spider. Awful. Just awful. So after this dungeon, there will be another long segment of figuring out where to start to unlock the next area, getting to the next area, and then I hope I can jump back. Oh, another stamp. The N. Huh. Well, that was a little bit more intuitive, although it looks a little bit more like an H. It looks like an H with a whole note symbol, actually, oddly enough. This is a very interestingly designed room. I'm really digging the rooms. I don't know if you noticed. I'm happy that I'm playing this game. Not that I wasn't happy that I was playing the other games. I had a blast with Wind Waker exploring the ocean. It felt freaking great every single time. It was great to actually sit down and finally play through Majora's Mask. And it was also great to return to Ocarina of Time for only my second time, which is funny how many times I've seen the game played and how many times I've played the game in bits and pieces myself. That was only the second time I fully completed it. So. Come on, monkey. We got business to attend to. But this was the, again, this was the game that sort of, I don't want it to sound like I didn't want to play all the games. I definitely do, but this was like the game that gave me the idea to play all the games, you know? This was like the core of it all. Oh, one thing that I remember always used to throw me off is that I would tunnel vision to the end of the dungeon, and then I'd be like, oh wait, I can't unlock the last door. Wait, where's the boss key? And then I'd have to backtrack and stuff. But I'm doing a lot better at keeping track of what I can and can't actually do. Oh, this is a delightful little sequence. This is you know, if this was Wind Waker, we would have just gotten a grappling hook, which is the best item in the game. Don't get me wrong, but it's not monkeys. Trapeze finger, baby, let's go. Man, even the locks in this game look intimidating. Jeez. Any fairies? Oh yeah. Oh, look at the fairies. Oh, hold on. I can scoop ya. Boop. They're so elegant in this game. They seem like ethereal almost. Restores 8 hearts. Oh, that's not bad. Any other thoughts? Oh yeah, well one more thought before we go in. Yeah, I feel like what Zelda games do particularly well is in general is making the 3D Zelda games is making very natural feeling dungeons and stuff that feel like they feel old, they feel rickety, they feel like they're clearly signs of them falling apart. Or if they're like supposed to be natural areas, they feel natural. The Forbidden Forest in Wind Waker. This temple obviously has this great mix of like old man-made structures built into these giant, massive, emptied trees, decaying and emptied trees. Feels, and it's funny because like this was obviously locked off to everybody in our village, but it was right outside of our doorstep. You know, this was just, you go a little bit too deep into the forest and suddenly you're in a completely different world. Which is fascinating. But yeah, even Ocarina of Time had some very, very interesting dungeon designs. A little more rigid, a little more traditional. A lot of them were. But then again, you know, it opens up with a giant hollow tree, and then you go into a mine, which does feel like a natural cave system, like carved out, excavated cave system. And then you go inside freaking King Jabu Jabu. Right? You gotta remember that. You go inside of a giant... It's super easy to forget that, because I don't think that dungeon's amazing, but conceptually, it's pretty wacky. It's pretty out there. But then you have like some real hitters, like Spirit Temple's obviously great. Being a giant like desert temple, it feels very Indiana Jones exploring it. The Forest Temple being a giant mansion in the woods is cool. Majora's Mask, all of Majora's Mask's temples are pretty freaking cool. I think they're pretty crazy. Specifically, Snowhead is a particularly cool dungeon. Because the more you explore, it starts feeling very natural, like you're just exploring naturally formed caves, and the higher you get, the more of a carved out feel it gets, until eventually it becomes completely like handmade, crafted rooms and like normal dungeon layout the higher you get there, which is cool. The Akana Canyon temple, which I can't remember the name of it. Each one had like a very very strange name. One moment. Oh right, we are Woodfall, Great Bay, Snowhead, Stone Tower. Stone Tower, that's what it's called. Yeah, I think Woodfall's super cool. The sort of like weird like Aztec pyramid or Mayan pyramid, maybe more Mayan than Aztec. I feel like I always default to Aztec whenever I see that sort of like shape, but there's like tons of different cultures that made temples in that shape. It's a specific name for that shape too, although I couldn't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I mean, and that rises out of a giant poison swamp that's like sitting in the crater of a mountain. Like that was pretty cool. Snowhead, I think Snowhead might be my favorite, just because the discovery that of like climbing it, stuff like that, felt really nice. And then yeah, Stone Tower is just cool in general. I mean, making your way up to Stone Tower, it makes like no sense. It's very dreamlike. It really feeds into the idea that whole game is like a fever dream of some sort. um, is just some sort of like limbo state that Link is in. Again, I don't buy it, but it does feed into that with how dreamlike that temple is. All the temples are pretty like dreamlike, to be fair. I think Great Bay is the weakest, but I like how industrial it feels. I think that's cool. I think that's what makes it's still cool, even if it wasn't my favorite thing in the world. Granted, of course, I did have to go through half of it twice, so that might also have changed my perspective just a tad. All right, but with that quick analysis done, it's time to get in here and see what there is to see. Oh, Uku has her own little slot. Fascinating. Oh, this is actually really nice that I can like show that this stuff isn't bound only to the gamepad screen like it was in Wind Waker. Don't get me wrong, I love how they incorporated the gamepad. Not having to pause in order to equip items is amazing. Now, granted, in this game, this is the first game to have a little more of quick item switching active. You would hold down a button, or you would press a button, and it would bring up an item wheel. It would still pause the game, but it would bring up an item wheel, which is that you could just quickly select stuff in, which is better for sure, but still not quite as nifty. Green clothes. It is said that the hero who long saved Hyrule from danger wore these. Russell crafted this fine sword. It is inlaid with Orden goat horns. Oh, wow. Oh, no wonder they was going to give it... That makes sense, that because their Orden Village's entire existence is based around goats. So it would make sense that they would inlay that substance, that material, into a sword that was meant as a gift to the royal family. I also think it's really cool that that's what your starting sword is, you know? It was a sword that was going to be a gift to the Hyrule royal family, and now it's aiding you on your quest to save Hyrule, which is pretty great. Oh, these are hidden skills. Oh, we can actually look at these? Oh, yeah. Oh, we can look at these whenever we want. That's cool. Fish journal. Sick. I'm getting distracted. A wallet from your childhood. Oh, that's a fancy little... That's a funny little detail. Anywho, yeah, okay. And like I said, no more getting distracted. Let's go do the thing. Twilight Parasite, Diababa. Or like Deku Baba and Diababa. Very cool. But hey. Whoa. Hey, let's chill out there, bud. Oh, can I line this up to just... I can, okay. Didn't even have to lock onto anything. And just like that, we're done. It's not the most... They really start you off with some baby stuff for the first boss, but I mean, it's cool. think I forgot to mention that the bosses in this one go a little hard. I like how, I think it's a bug. It's kind of in the spirit of... Oh, I actually totally forgot that he helps us. Yeah, I was genuinely like... I genuinely could not remember what we were supposed to be doing. I need another one. No, Minna, I don't need help. I know what to do. I just messed up. Oh. Oh, I don't have to feed the guys anymore? Oh, there's like veins running through him too. Oh, I wonder what his full character model looks like, because he's like deep in there. Ow. Oi. It's weird. He's like a weird mix of like Deku Baba, but then like Parasite. Kind of like the bug. That was a waste. You can use the finishing blow on it? Love that. I love the little flourish. Ugh. And then a clear indicator that this creature does have something to do with the Twilight. Well done. Hey Minna, this looks oddly similar to that mask you're wearing, but it came from a terrifying parasite demon. Should we talk about that? That's what I was looking for. That's a fused shadow. Oh, I like the little after, but the little fanfare that plays when you beat them is great. Link's little flourish of his sword is great. This game oozes style, that's for sure. But they all do, right? It's not unique to this game. I think what I'm remembering though is because when I started playing this, right, I mentioned the fact that this game doesn't come up in conversation much for being the best at any one specific thing. It just does everything really well, right? And I think what I'm realizing is that, like, yeah, it does everything really well, about as well as all the other ones. That's a fused shadow. It's what the light spirit called dark power. Do you remember what that spirit said about how you had to match the power of the King of Shadows? Could it really be so easy? Is this all there is to it? There's a total of 3 fused shadows. I think the other light spirits have the rest. If you want to know exactly where the fused shadows are, well, maybe I'll tell you if you find the other 2. Oh, if you want to know what exactly fused shadows are, I guess you'd better do your best to find them, huh? So let's not waste any more time here when we could be looking for the other 2. Lady, you gotta give me a break. I'll get you out of here. You pick up the hug container that fell out of that thing. No, we're doing a 3 hard only run. Let's go, but no, okay. Absolutely not. Man, they even freaking beefed up how the heart containers look. Look at this thing. It's like a crystalline thing. It's pulsing on the inside. Strange. Yeah, I wonder how... Everybody look up. Let's all look this up together. Twilight Princess Diababa. I do like how after fighting Deku Babas and stuff so long, that you finally fight just one massive one. Like, they've held the cards for so long, they're like, now you fight. Finally, it's like fighting a big version of it's fighting a large version of a normal enemy, right? Full enemy model. Oh, interesting. Okay, so it's like a giant bulb. Okay, so the bottom of it is like, it becomes more plant-like and it has roots at the very bottom of it. Interesting. Oh, it's got a bunch of legs in its back, though? Yeah, it's weird. It's like a mix between the plant-like nature of the Deku Babas, but then it's like a parasite, too. A similar parasite to... And we think about this, right? In order to get the beads of light, we needed to kill the Twilight bugs, which were these awful giant bug monsters in the Twilight Realm. And then also, in order to get... to free the giant sort of baboon that we saved and we fought as a mini boss, he had a parasite on his head that seemed to be controlling him. It fell off and died after we stabbed him in the butt a bunch, which I don't understand exactly why that would be the case, but huh? Who's to say? Want to go outside? You all done here? Yeah. Good game, good fight. Did not know. Totally forgot about being able to use the finishing blow on him. That is so satisfying. That was fun. Heroic Link. Do not think that Hyrule is now saved from the spread of Twilight. Leave these woods and go to the east, where you will find the land protected by the spirit Elden. Elden Ring? No, sorry. The Elden Ring is real! There you will find those you seek. Oh. Oh, so they're dropping that on already. But know that these lands lie in twilight. They are now a dark realm covered by the clouds of dusk. If you set foot beyond the curtain of the twilight, you will revert to your beast form. So be prepared. Hero, chosen by the gods, leave these woods and go to the east, to the land of Elden.
What one pair will you get me?
That's better. Searching should be much easier now. But, of course, you feel the need to go help the other light spirits, don't you? Well, don't worry. When you turn into a beast again, I'll take good care of you. First thing you need to do is find the land covered in twilight. Once you do, I'll help you out. I can't be mad at Midna. She's too good. And with that, that concludes this part. Hey, if you liked that, if you liked this, if you liked anything, press all the buttons. Comment, leave a comment if you want to do that. Press like. You can subscribe. You can hit the bell to get notified of more things. I upload a lot of random disjointed things here and there. I'm going to be uploading a lot of time lapses of art that I've made. I drew a really sick piece for my friend Nathan for Christmas. I'm going to frame and send to him. It's Sora from Kingdom Hearts if he went to the world of Bloodborne. And it actually turned out shockingly, it's a match made in heaven. I have to say it. I should have known after seeing how Sora, seeing how Sora looks in Pirates of the Caribbean and in Halloween Town. I should have figured that he was gonna look pretty freaking sick, in full hunter's garb. I designed a really sick looking Keyblade, simple. But I think simple is actually the good thing about it. I think people, when they try to make Keyblades for different games, they overcomplicate it. They end up looking really gaudy. I did a simple design, made a Keyblade based off of the saw cleaver that you start the game with. It looks really cool. It's really good. I mean, I'm geeky. It's totally a huge geeky kind of thing, but it turned out really well. I tried to imitate the art that you see on the title screens for the games. And the box art and stuff, and I personally, I'm actually pretty proud of how it turned out. So you'll be seeing a time lapse of that, probably first before anything else. And yeah, do all that stuff. I'll press all those buttons and things. Do all the bells and whistles if you feel like it, or don't. That's okay too. And with that, next time we're going to be heading to a different land. A land that's going to be a whole lot less green and welcoming than this one. Not that this one has been treating us too well lately. And we'll head there in hopes of finding the people that we've lost. Till then, have a good one. And at least as of recording this, happy holidays. See you next time.